Hey, it's Jonathan Lunger of Hologramchat.com, and this is episode 75 of the Fireside Chat. And tonight, super happy to have my friend Scott Bravell, the ambassador of abundance, joining us once again. And before I bring him on, I'm going to talk a little bit about my visit with the hypnotist the other day. I was going in there thinking, like, what is he going to do? Snap his fingers and try to, like, dangle a pendulum? I had all these Hollywood notions of what it could be, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was very good, and it reminded me of some guided meditations I've been through, like the journey work, and I found it highly beneficial, and I highly recommend it if you can find a good one. And I'll get more into depth on that in another episode, but just want to say thanks for coming through, Scott. How you feeling tonight?
Hey, I'm excited to be here. I'm honored to be here on kind of a historic episode number 75, and just very excited about a lot of things going on right now and a lot of changes and embracing the change, and just looking forward to chatting with you tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and I appreciate your input as far as making the music last night and tonight. Yeah, I think that's an important part, and I'm gonna jump right into it. You wanted to share your power strips with me, and like most people, hesitant of change and new things at first. So I was like, "Oh, you're gonna have to miss me on that one." But then I thought about it, and I was like, "Okay, I could use a little uh, discomfort relief, and I could use a little, extra energy and better circulation and all that great stuff." So Tell me, tell me your experience with the power strips and how did you come across this?
Well, initially, I had a lot of interest in the fact that they're a good source of helping you get through your day and having a little relief. Some of the challenges, the physical challenges that we all tend to go through from one day to the next. I've got a lot of issues with the low back that I've had for a number of years, and I was looking forward to trying the power strips, putting them there on my low back. And I've also had some issues with a knee where they told me I was going to have to go in for surgery, but I didn't want to do it. So I think most people, not everybody, but most people have certain parts of the body that sometimes can start talking to them, or start sometimes reminding them that they're not, quite the way that they would want them to be, as far as giving them some discomfort or some aches and things of that sort, that they want to look at something maybe an alternative way, rather than having to ingest something to take care of your body from the inside out, that has a lot of side effects and things like that. What we're really talking about with the power strips is actually that chance for relief on a topical level. There's something that you wear as a topical. It's listed as a medical device with the FDA, and it's what you consider to be something that's topical, goes on top of the skin, and finding that people are using the power strips for the temporary relief, and also to improve some of the look and the feel of the skin as well. And I think that there's kind of a hidden benefit that I didn't realize when I first got involved with the power strips is improvement in circulation, the ability to heat up certain areas of the body, and it's almost like kind of like the chakras that people talk about the different areas of the body. And it's also kind of reminded me a little bit what you were talking about before about the guided meditation. I almost look at the power strips as kind of like a guided meditation for the body, or a way for the body to kind of get back to its most ideal state, kind of like with the aid of something to help you get back to that state of well-being. And that's something that is a little added benefit of the power strips as well.
Right, and I mean, the short time I've known you, I could say that as a testimonial that, this is, I think, our fourth interview together, and, as I've been talking with you, I've noticed your sound of well-being and energy level going up, and you've actually started getting back to exercising, which has been real inspirational to me. And, like you talked about the Dwindling Dude website, that inspired me also, because me and a couple friends of mine are also on that same trajectory towards, getting to a healthy weight and looking at the overall wellness of everything.
Yeah, very much so. It's kind of an embracing of change. I think you have to be ready for it, and you have to kind of embrace it. It's some people go through that process. What we're kind of talking about of making changes or looking to improve some things or make things a little bit better in terms of wellness is something that changes from day to day and your good health and things, and it's something that you have to kind of put some work into or some way, some effort into making it happen, come out the desired result that you want. And it's something that I think you have to, as they say, you have to really embrace that whole process. Some people kind of go into it kicking and fighting. They say, well, I know I need to change, so I guess I'll go on a diet this week. Or, I know I need to get back and build some muscle tone, so I guess I'll go to the gym and start working out. And then maybe it lasts for a week or two with a diet, or it lasts for a month with going to the gym, and it doesn't really last beyond that because the real motivation is not there within the person to really embrace a change. They're just kind of doing it because they think it's something that they need to do rather than something that they really want to do. So I think that's a distinction that I would make.
Right, and also, like, I wanted to mention and ask that I was impressed when I saw that one of the ingredients was the ginseng, because I've always been a firm believer in ginseng for the last 20 years, and I saw germanium, and if I'm wrong, was silver in there also? I'm not sure.
Yeah, those are some of the key ingredients, Jonathan. Ginseng, it's actually fermented red ginseng. Ginseng has been around, for thousands of years. And if you go back and look at the history of it, it's pretty amazing. I would encourage people to kind of look at some of the individual ingredients. Germanium is something that's kind of what you might consider to be thermogenic in a sense that it really has an effect of getting the cells in the body to kind of heat up. And so it's something that has a really interesting effect. It actually leads to something where when you're wearing the power strips, it can really cause an increase in the heat in the tissues of the body, and that improves, causes some vessel dilation, and that can really help and assist with some of the discomfort and the problems and experiences that people have and aches and stuff from going to the gym. If you're working out too hard and you have a hard workout, or just have problem areas, I like to call them. A lot of people have problem areas, different parts of the body, whether it's a knee or a back or an ankle or something like that tends to give them problems throughout the day. And that's what a lot of the benefit of the power strips comes from, is the ability to heat up and improve circulation and the blood flow to those areas without having, what I like is it's without having to take something, ingest something into the body. It's a non-invasive type of thing. Well, when you hear about the latest thing in surgeries nowadays, is they talk about non-invasive surgeries, or making the surgery as least invasive as possible in terms of when you go in and have something necessary done as far as the surgery. Same way I think with our supplementation and our nutrition and all of our stuff where we're trying to improve our overall general well-being. Certainly with the diet and the way things is today, a lot of people feel that they do have a need to, supplement and stuff. But I think if you can find something that where you're not actually having to digest or not actually having to pass through your body and get filtered out and things like that, and still has some of the desired effect on a topical level, but still has an amazing amount of ability to impact, your general overall well-being. That's what I like about our product.
Cool. And one other question I wanted to ask was, I mentioned this the other day, but had some audio problems, so I had to redo it. But the other day I asked you the same question, in that I envisioned when I get my 10 power strips on Monday, because I had them rushed to me with FedEx, I thought I'll put one on each hip and one on each shoulder and one on the neck. And my question was, can you overdo it? Can you use too many of them?
Yeah, it's power strips is not something that you can really overdo it in that sense. As long as you're comfortable. I mean, it's kind of like having a Band-Aid on different parts of the body. They do have adhesive, and but they are topical things, so you're not getting any penetration through the skin of any drug or any herb or anything like that. It's more of as I say, an effect of acting on a topical level. So in that sense, you're not getting any medication or any kind of drug into the body, so there's no really risk of overdosing, so to speak, or taking too much. I find the aroma, you might say, or the smell of the ginseng is kind of an interesting. I find it pleasant, and it's, as I say, it tends to people like to wear them on different parts of their body where their skin is showing, where they might be susceptible to sunburn or acne or things like that, because it tends to really work well in terms of part of a skin regimen for the body, as well as they say, targeting different areas that are problem areas for you in terms of aches and discomfort throughout the day. So I don't think you have to worry too much about overdosing or taking too much. It's something that your comfort level. Obviously, if you're comfortable with having them in all over your body, I guess that's fine.
Well, of course, the people are going to want to come up
for power strips,
Yeah, I mean, of course, people are going to always come up with some jokes and stuff. So I wanted to get that stuff out of the way, and if someone were to say, "Oh, my spouse talks too much. Can I put one on their mouth?" or "Oh, can you put them downstairs for improvement in the bedroom?" What would you say to those type of jokes?
No guarantees. I don't make any medical claims on anything, but I'd say give it a try. What do you got to lose? I think the thing is about the power strips that a lot of people don't realize is that that general sense of well-being. It's almost like feeling like you've got an extra added coat of armor or an extra weapon when you're going into war against the daily struggles of going through life and stuff. So I think it's possible certainly that it might have some other benefits that we're not even aware of. I guess I've got some other things that I could say, but I'm going to maybe leave that for another time when we talk about the way that some people are using them, not only for targeting different areas of the body, but in terms of creating a loop or a circular or kind of like a circuit in the body. And again, I'm not making any medical claims, but what I've seen from personal experience and as well as from other people are talking about, where we keep finding it's a new product and we keep finding a lot of new ways to use the product. So who knows about some of the things that you jokingly referred to. You never know, somebody might be calling in or writing into us in the next week or so and saying, hey, it really does work for that.
Right.
Or it did that for me. So,
right.
And, it's a personal something that's not, again, it's not something that I can guarantee that you're going to get any kind of certain result. I'm not going to make any medical claims, but I certainly invite you to try it. And I think that you, as you have taken the plunge, so to speak, Jonathan, and agreed to give them a try, I think that a lot of people are going to be pleasantly surprised with the results that they experience. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be sharing them with some family and friends. And, as you well know, I have my blog with Empower Network, and, blogging is my main thing. And I'm excited to, to see you and a bunch of my friends who are on this wellness trajectory, wealth also. But just to get the disclaimer out there, we're not promising you're going to make any money because we don't know your work ethic, and we're not a doctor. We don't treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any disease or illness. But that said, people have been having some great results, and we're happy to be a part of a wellness movement that is looking at ancient medicine in the sense of our modern day stuff is only like 1,000 or 500 years old, but some of these older cultures have been looking into this stuff for 5,000 years and further. So really, our modern day system is more of an experimental alternative than the old stuff is, because they have the track record.
You know, what's interesting is that the modern Western kind of view of medicine is really many cases to treat the symptoms. You know, you go in for one symptom and you get a drug for that, and then there's side effects of the drug that you're taking, so you get another drug to counteract the side effects of the first medicine you're taking, or the first drug that you're taking. You know, as you mentioned, there's a lot of history and a lot of research backing some of the old remedies from, you know, even going back thousands of years, from kind of the Eastern or the older medicines, and where the goal back in those days was really to keep people from having to see the doctor. You know, the goal was your doctor is saying basically, I don't want to see you. I want you to be so well and in such a state of well-being that you don't need to come and see me anymore. And you know, and our goal in Western medicine seems to be like, come back and see me next week, and I'll check on, you know, how you're doing with the new medication I put you on, as opposed to, you know, what are we doing to help the body, you know, heal itself and get it into its own state of well-being. And I think that's what people are kind of getting more open to and more willing to take a look at, is what are some of the things that I can do and I can experience and I can take a look at to try and maximize my own potential of my own body, rather than having all these substances created by man that I have to rely on in order to get to some pseudo state of well-being. So I think that's really the difference in a lot of some of the newer products today, which are really, in a sense, you know, everything that's old is new again, so to speak. Some of the newer things are going back to some of the old things that go back, you know, even thousands of years, in terms of what was really working back then, and taking a look at, you know, some of the benefits and of some of the things that go back many years.
Right, I totally agree with that. That's profound wisdom, and you know, I wanted to add on to that by saying that you know, nowadays with religion and nutrition and wellness, it seems to me that a lot of friends that I talk to have adopted this philosophy that, whether you call it New Age or alternative or whatever label you want to throw on it, the basic philosophy is that they want to do what works. Just like there was a marketing person who said, what's working now? And, you know, like I talked to a friend last night and she was talking about religion, like she sort of likes to pick and choose from all the different religions and just take what works for her. And I think that also applies in terms of what type of foods people like. You know, like I may walk into a grocery store and choose the red bell pepper. You may choose the yellow or orange or green bell pepper. But we're both choosing what's probably best for us, if that's what we like and what we're attracted to. And you know, in terms of philosophies or nutrition or religion or, you know, different alternative techniques that we choose to help our comfort levels, I'm just glad that we have this World Wide Web where we can start learning more about our more options available.
Yeah, I think we're fortunate to be in an age where so much information is available, and certainly get back to Jonathan or get back to me if you want some more, you know, detailed information, or be pointed in a certain direction in terms of, you know, where can I find more information on germanium or ginseng, or where can I find more information on blogging in our Power Network. Part of what the joy that we get out of these kind of communications with people is the ability to share some of the knowledge and some of the information that we've gained with other people. You know, it's not a case where we want to hang on to all this and keep it to ourselves. We want to be able to share some of this information with our audience. So this is a great opportunity and for us to do that. And certainly there's, as you mentioned, a lot of more emphasis and a lot more interest today in some of the alternative ways of not only medicine, but alternative ways of thinking about our place in the world and how how we can best maximize our own potential and things like that. And that, to me, that's a very exciting time to when we think about it in those terms.
Definitely. And we might have to do a part 2 on this because I need to get in touch with a couple people who I think will really benefit from this, and I'm going to get on the phone here and give them a call. And I really appreciate you sharing this information, and I appreciate you sharing the power strips with me. And
Oh, there you go.
I'll definitely send you some testimonials about how I felt about it. And yeah, let's definitely.
Jonathan, I think I lost you. I don't know if you can hear me, but
No, I can still hear you.
oh, you're gone there for a minute. I heard you say something about making a call, and then you disappeared.
Yeah, I was just saying that there's some friends that I want to share this information with, and I need to get on the phone with them and tell them about this. But I'll definitely share my testimonial with you once I try them on Monday, and I'm really looking forward to it. And as you know, I've told you my stories about the areas that I'm looking for help with, and I think this is going to be great. So I'm looking forward to it. So I appreciate it, Scott, and you have a great night. Thank you for sharing.
Great, it was a pleasure joining you tonight, Jonathan. And I look forward to our next chat somewhere down the road.
Cool. And to the viewers out there, love y'all, and we'll get back soon. All right, take care.